So this isn't a video that I wanted to make, but I have a legal kind of obligation to make it, and also a moral obligation to make it. Firstly, if you only watch me for the Grand Theft Auto stuff, don't watch this video, it won't be interesting to you. And secondly, sorry for the lower production value, this is just off the cuff, doing what I need to do. So a situation arose probably 2 or 3 months ago where a YouTuber called Sean Easy stole a community post from another YouTuber where he just copied and pasted the whole thing and then just posted it to his own community tab. This is intellectual property theft. It wasn't used in context, it was just fully copied and pasted, emojis and everything. So I commented on this and just called him out for it, saying, come on man, credit the source. And that was the end of that. Then over the course of the next few weeks, there was just community post after community post about me, calling me a clickbaiter, ripping into my content, the content in which I spend a lot of time putting together and working really hard to do. Obviously, my response to this was to ask for some evidence of any of my titles or thumbnails that are clickbait, disingenuous, whatever. Of course, I didn't get what I asked for. There was no proof at all that any of my stuff is clickbait, because it isn't. Then fast forwarding a little bit, this was persistent. This didn't stop. This carried on. There were so many things being written about me that were not just disingenuous, but they were just straight up lies. So I made a video counteracting all the claims, and then obviously the community post kept coming, and then there was about 5 videos made about me, and it just kept going on and going on. So I made one final video just to explain all my points and left it. That was a couple months ago, and I haven't touched the subject since. However, it's been brought to my attention, a few people have sent it to me now. This YouTuber has taken things, I wouldn't say a little bit too far, extremely too far, but also the community has taken it too far. So in my original call out video against Sean Easy, I presented all my arguments to why I don't think he should be on the platform. Everything from blackmailing other creators to all the other stuff he's done, and there's just a whole list. The problem is since that video was made, according to VICE.CLO, the website where you can search captions on channels, Sean has mentioned my name 750 times on his channel. He's made 18 live streams where he talked for a majority of the live stream about me. He's made 14 videos about me, 19 community posts, and basically I'm living in this guy's head rent free, and it needs to stop. It really does need to stop because it's not healthy. However, a few of the people in the community have come out and they've made diss tracks on him and stuff like that. And look, the community is going to do what the community is going to do, but I've been very vocal with these people, and extremely vocal, in that some of the things that have been brought up in these diss tracks against Sean aren't fair. Bringing up his partner, all of that sort of stuff, that's not fair game. That's not in the interest of settling a score. In my opinion, that's just wrong. However, something to note here is Sean is, in his early 30s, mid 30s, and he's making diss tracks on people that are 14 and 15 years old. And this is where things start to get a little bit more complicated for me, because I've been sent some of his live streams, and last night I watched through a bit of one of his live streams, and how do I explain this? His moderators are talking to children inappropriately in the chat. Now, any normal creator would see this happening in their chat and immediately remove this person's admin privileges, delete the messages, put a stop to this, and probably end the stream to say this is inappropriate, this has to stop. But Sean just laughed it off. Sean spent about an hour in total talking about myself and another YouTuber, and this other YouTuber is literally a child, saying really derogatory things, calling them a F word. It's just, I can't wrap my head around this situation. Now, Sean's big defense against me, and his big thing that he keeps bringing back up over and over and over again, is that he doesn't copyright claim people. The thing is, in my original video, which he says he hasn't watched, which is a lie, because we know he has watched it. He even emailed YouTube with all the timestamps away featured in the video, but we'll get to that in a minute. In my original video, I said that Sean uses the fact that YouTube gives him the option to copyright claim videos against other YouTubers. In 4 of the live streams he's done over the past week, he's intimated that if other YouTubers go against him, he will copyright strike their ass. That was the whole reason I made the video, and you're proving exactly my point. You're threatening other creators with a copyright strike if they don't side with you, if they don't take your side in these different stupid online beefs. That is literally the whole point that I made the last video, and you're arguing that it's not true whilst doing it publicly on live streams. Now, something else that's really important for me to explain here is how YouTube's content ID system works. Basically, YouTube has a system where if a video comes up on YouTube that's the same as yours or similar to yours, it will flag up on the back end of your YouTube to let you know that a piece of content is relatively similar. It doesn't mean that you own it. It doesn't mean that you have the right to copyright strike it. It's just YouTube suggesting, hang on, this could be your video. But Sean seems to think that this is YouTube telling him that he owns a piece of content. And repeatedly, including last night, he goes on rants talking about how he's put in all this effort to screen record the cutscenes and put all the work in to get this video out. But what he doesn't realise is I could put in thousands of hours to screen record loads of movies and upload them online and put my watermark on the bottom of them. That doesn't mean that I own the intellectual property to those movies. The same thing applies to cutscenes in games. Even if Sean Easy puts his logo over cutscenes, he does not legally own it. Now, unlike Sean, when I don't know something, I research and I find out the information. So I spoke to a lady called Catherine who works for a legal firm in Ohio, and this is what she said. In the instance of video games and playable media, cutscenes and other cinematic-based content is owned by the game's developer. The same thing also applies to the gameplay itself. However, the gameplay itself is publicly accessible to a wider audience. In respect of something like Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, there will be a clause in the contract that we have with Rockstar Games that allows us to publicly license and use this content. However, the retrospective copyright is still owned by Rockstar Games. So Sean, when you copyright strike another channel, a lot of people haven't appealed it because they haven't understood this, but if you copyright strike someone's channel, they can legally appeal that because it's up to you to prove that you own the content and not Take-Two Interactive or Rockstar Games. Your general complete misunderstanding of copyright law and the fact that you talk about it with so much confidence, it's bizarre to watch, like really bizarre to watch. The next thing is I made one comment about Sean's view count because he made a comment about mine. I never brought this up to begin with, it was him that brought this up. In my opinion, subscribers don't matter, view counts are really what matter when it comes to your scalability of YouTube. When I made my video, that was on a month when I got 800,000 monthly views. That was on a month when I was uploading a lot, and you know, that was during the peak of the GTA hype. But obviously now a few months later, I'm not uploading every day, I'm uploading way less and spending more time on the production value of my content. Now Sean's brought up in 2 of his diss tracks and every single one of his live streams, my social blade, saying how I only get 250,000 views a month and he gets 400,000 views a month. Well, you've got 55,000 subscribers and you've been on the platform for over 10 years. So the fact that you're only getting around double the amount of views I'm getting isn't at all a flex in any way. And I'm not flexing the views I get. I really don't care what you do or what your views are or how many subscribers you've got. No one cares. If people enjoy your content, they enjoy your content, and that's fine, and that should be left at that. But I'm having to make this video for, well, 3 key reasons. Firstly, to put it out there that I don't condone what other people are saying about Sean's partner and all of this. That's not fair game. Like, I don't agree with that at all. And on the back of that, if you're not involved in this situation with Sean, don't be making diss tracks. Like, it's not your place to do it, and it's not your place to be getting involved in this situation. Fundamentally grow up. And point number 2 is Sean's issued a copyright claim against my channel, which YouTube just straight away just went no. My last video had loads of clips of Sean in it, and it all fell under fair use because it didn't act as a market replacement for his original video. That's how copyright works on YouTube. That's overly simplified, but that's how it works. He's saying that the only reason he didn't get my video removed and he couldn't get it removed was because he deleted or hid his original video. But to get a video removed from YouTube, you don't have to have the previous video live. You don't even have to have a copy of the original video. You just have to be able to prove it's yours, and you can send any other video from your channel in reference because they can see that it's clearly the same person. I haven't made your video for you. The actual real reason why YouTube rejected his copyright claim is because the video fell under fair use, and I have the emails from YouTube to prove so. However, I'm not going to show them because unlike Sean, I read the bottom of the emails which say that you're not allowed to publicly disclose this information. Another example of this is Sean stole some of the artwork from my website. Now obviously I'm not going to submit a copyright claim and put my name forward because I know that Sean would publicly dox my name. So I got my manager at the time, my previous manager, to issue the copyright claim on my behalf. And at the bottom of that email it says that that information cannot be publicly disclosed. So he starts a live stream and publicly shows my manager's full name, all his personal information, contact info, all publicly on a live stream, which not only is doxing against the law, but it's just unethical. As a creator, you have a responsibility to do things above board and to be the best version of yourself online that you can be. You show absolutely no examples of that. And the way that you talk with so much confidence that you know everything about copyright law, and you even made a full like half-an-hour video talking about how you don't falsely copyright claim people and how you understand how a copyright system works, yet literally the day before during a live stream, you went to someone's website, downloaded their paid artwork, just right-clicked and saved as, and set it as your channel banner. In fact, your profile picture is stolen, your cover art stolen, your thumbnails are stolen, any artistry on your channel is stolen. Now, I know that you say that you do this for a hobby, but it doesn't change the fact that more people are seeing this. If that artwork is being publicly distributed and being seen by people, you have to have a commercial license for it. There is no if, buts, what ifs, and maybes. That is the law, period. And the final reason I'm making this video is that things have gone a little bit too far in certain areas of this. Now, I can't say too much, but I have spoke to a solicitor's firm. I've began the process of issuing a cease and desist against Sean, because at the end of the day, I've been able to prove to a solicitor's firm how often he's been talking about me and a lot of the defamatory marks he's made. Now, I'm aware that other YouTubers have made defamatory marks about him, and he's bringing this up in his live streams like, I've made these remarks about him. I've messaged other YouTubers that have made content about you and told them to stop. For example, I said to Waxy that I don't condone diss tracks about you. I've spoke to a number of creators that have made public posts about you and told them that I don't condone it. And I think some of the blows that they've taken against your partner are completely underhanded and not morally or ethically responsible. So for you to jump on a live stream and then spend 15-20 minutes bashing me, bashing my character, saying that I don't know anything about anything is absolutely insane. The next thing I want to talk about is a few people around me that are closest to me, for example, Fishy, Bailey Points. They know what I've done prior to YouTube. They know who I've edited for, and the channels I've edited for are literally channels with multi-million subscribers, millions of views per video, and I still edit occasionally for some of those channels. So for you to try and paint this narrative on your channel that I'm just some clickbait GTA YouTuber that's just come out of nowhere and I'm just trying to steal something from you, it's completely disingenuous and a complete lie. In fact, I know 3 people that have asked you about this in your streams and immediately you've hid their comments. In fact, a few months ago when you showed the back end of your YouTube and you showed which channels you'd hid, I mean, you denied that you hid me whilst my profile picture was on the screen as a hidden account, but we'll ignore that. But there was hundreds, in fact, nearly 1,000 people that you've hid from your channel. And something else I want to say, and this is not really related to the main topics of this video, but the amount of times that you talk about me with sheer confidence that you know something is phenomenal. There's only about 5 people on YouTube, in the gaming space anyway, that know my real name, know who I am, know where I live, all of that stuff. There's only 5 creators that have all of that information. And like I said, these creators know who I've edited for, what jobs I've worked in the past in the games development space. I've done a lot of social media stuff for games developers. In fact, if you knew where I live, you'd probably know which games developer it was. And one of the people that I've actually worked with in the past went on to work at Rockstar, which is how I got that Rockstar Games employee interview about 3 or 4 months ago. Yet you talk with sheer confidence that you know me and that can't be true and this, that and the other. You do not know the life I've lived. I've literally traveled around the world making videos for some massive creators, some of the biggest music artists, some of the biggest games developers, and this YouTube thing was supposed to be a hobby, but it took off faster than I thought it would. A lot of the creators that I know, it's beneficial for them to know me. I've managed to get people brand deals, sponsorships, merchandise deals, because I'm well connected in this field. This is what I've done professionally as a career for over a third of my life. There's a reason why I have channel sponsors, I have a management network, I have contact with YouTube directly, I have a successful merchandise store. None of this was accidental. I know what I'm doing. So for you to try and make out that I don't know anything about anything and try and paint me in a negative light to your audience is not just defamation. I don't care about defamation. You're just ignorant. Look, the final thing I want to say in this video is, as creators, we have a social responsibility in the way that we conduct ourselves online, and the way that you've been handling yourself and bad-mouthing people in your live streams is honestly insane. You've got your moderators talking inappropriately to children, you're lying and defaming people publicly on your channel. Now, I know other people have said defamatory remarks about you, whatever, but that's not me. I haven't said anything that is a lie about you at all. Overall, this shit has to stop. It has to stop. Because this is becoming personal, and it was never supposed to be personal. It was supposed to be a professional critique. There's also the other thing as well, where you've been lying in your live streams about other people's opinions about me. You've said that people don't like me or whatever, when these people talk to me, like, we're good. Your claims that Dark Viper would want to collaborate with you, I really highly doubt it. I mean, when the whole situation originally kicked off, I did message Dark Viper to ask with his help, to see if we can get any help resolving the situation. He was very useful, very helpful. Obviously, he's not involved in this. But the whole point that you're trying to make out in your live streams that these creators don't like me, when I talk to these creators and we're good and we're fine. Like, it's just you lying to your audience to make it look like you're this big YouTuber, but you're not. Once again, I don't want to bring up view counts, but you keep bringing them up. In fact, your last diss track was purely about my view counts. In terms of my view counts, at the moment, I'm on about a 60% conversion rate. So 60% of the people that subscribe to my channel view my content. Your conversion rate is 1.2%. So if you're going to bring it up and you're going to try and be disingenuous about it, there's the facts. I'm done with this. I really don't have the energy to be arguing this shit anymore. I'm so exhausted with seeing my name be brought up on your channel. I have 2 final questions for you, Sean, and these are ones that you don't need to answer publicly, but you can answer to yourself. If my channel was clickbait, misleading, whatever you want to call it, why do my videos get a 99% like ratio? Well, between 96 to 99% like ratio. If people are being misled, it would look more like Mr. Boss's, where it's like 50-50, or even worse, like 40-60. Instead, my videos only get 1 or 2 dislikes for every 500 likes that they get. You're telling people what they should or shouldn't watch. You're not exposing anything about me. You're just saying, I don't like Cyberboy, blah, 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 and lying. And my next question and my final question is, you keep saying that Cyberboy cares so much about this, blah, blah. I haven't spoke about you in months. I literally have not looked at your channel. I do not care. Yet, as shown in your live streams, your always most recent search is my channel. But obviously, you've also spoken about me, well, over 750 times, but you've made countless community post videos, live streams, all about me. And every single time you live stream, you talk about me. I don't care about you. I literally made my video and washed my hands of the situation, yet you're constantly talking about me. Yet whilst you're talking about me, you're claiming that I care about you. Like, I do not want to make this video. I literally do not want to make this video because all I'm doing is giving you more attention. It's exactly what you crave. You're behaving like a narcissistic sociopath, and this is exactly what you want. It needs to stop. I've begun legal proceedings. If this does carry on, I will be taking it further. All I need is for you just to stop making so much content about me. Your subscribers, the reason why your view count is so low, and I can say this without a shadow of a doubt, is because most of the content you make is either about me, beefing with other people, diss tracks, people subscribe to you for Red Dead cutscenes and Red Dead videos. Make that. That's what your audience want. In fact, in your live streams, people keep asking you questions about Red Dead and other stuff, or changing the topic completely because you go on 20-minute rants about me. I haven't spoke about you in a month, yet now more than ever, you keep talking about me. It needs to stop.